Welcome to this intention setting yoga class. If you're doing the Manifestations Miracles course, this is the first in a series of 8 classes. However, this is a brilliant practice to do by itself whenever you wish to set an intention or get clear about something in your own mind. Don't need any props, any previous experience of yoga, just a willingness to come and have a go. We're going to start in Sukhasana, which is easy pose, this simple cross-legged position. If this isn't comfortable for you for any reason, feel free to adopt a different posture. And that is the cue throughout any yoga practice. If anything doesn't ever feel good to you in your body, ease off, rest, do something different. If you're joining me in Sukhasana, really connect your sit bones with the earth. I like to pull the fleshy bits of my bottom out of the way so that I can really feel the sit bones connecting. Then from here, gently draw the navel back towards the spine and try and extend all the way along the spinal column, right out through the crown of the head. Soften the shoulders down the back and bring the hands to rest somewhere. Now the palms can be on the knees, palms facing upwards to receive, palms facing down to make you feel more grounded. Or if, like me, you would quite like a bit of personal connection, then you can bring the hands to rest on the body wherever you wish. Both hands to belly, both hands to heart. I'm going to have one in each spot. When you've decided where you want your hands to be, we're going to close the eyes and travel inwards. Connect with the sound of your breath and begin the process of inhaling and exhaling just through the nose. I will be repeating affirmations throughout this practice, and you can feel free to repeat them in your head or out loud if you wish. And just notice what comes up when the words are being spoken. We're going to do a simple breath practice together, and it will just be an inhalation in through the nose. Suspend the breath briefly by holding on to it, and then exhale out of the mouth with a sigh. Inhale in through the nose. Suspend the breath briefly. Exhale out of the mouth with a sigh. Inhale in through the nose. Hold the breath. Keep breathing in that way, and I'm going to use our first affirmation, which is, I release the past and I welcome my future with joy. I release the past and I welcome my future with joy. I release the past and I welcome my future with joy. One last round of breath. Blink open the eyes. Release the hands, palms facing upwards, fingertips pointing down to the mat, softening the shoulders down the back, feeling the core connect by drawing that navel back again and lifting through the crown. We're going to start to combine breath and movement together. So inhale, sweep the arms up above the head and bring the palms together. Exhaling as you reverse the palms and then take the arms back down the way they came, keeping the shoulders nice and soft and low and away from the ears at all times. And again, inhale. And then exhale, float the arms back down. Final time, inhale, keeping the shoulders soft, sweep the arms up above the head. And exhale, release the arms down. Now place the right hand on the outside of the left knee, lower the right shoulder and feel the slight spinal rotation that happens as you take that position. Then from here, inhale the left arm up into the air, keeping both sit bones square on the earth. Exhale over to the right, getting some extra space in the side of the ribs and the side body, and gently rotate the heart up and take your gaze towards your left fingertips. Gently pull against the left knee with the right hand to increase the slight sense of twist and rotation. Inhaling in through the nose and out through the nose or the mouth. And then inhaling, taking the arms up above the head and then releasing them back down to the earth. Let's do the same on the other side. Left hand on the outside of the right knee. Lower the left shoulder and feel the slight rotation in the spine. Then inhale the right arm up into the air, reaching out through the side body as you anchor down through the sit bones, and then tip over to the left, keeping the hips on the earth, expanding through the ribs and the side body and rotating the heart upwards. If you can take your gaze up towards your fingertips, you should feel a slight increase in the stretch. Soften the jaw, soften the shoulders. If you feel any tension creeping in, just gently let it go. Exhale and sweep the arms back down, both fingertips to the earth. And we're going to inhale and take the arms up above the head. And then this time, as we exhale, we're opening the arms like a cactus, bringing the elbows in line with the shoulders and lifting the heart forwards. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, take the elbows back, squeezing the shoulder blades together and lifting the heart. Inhale, rise. Exhale, open and squeeze. One more time. Inhale, rise. Exhale, open and squeeze. Now inhale the arms back up and then bring them all the way down onto the earth in front of you and just gently take hold of the shins. We will be working into the heart chakra quite a lot in this practice as we're trying to connect with what we really and truly desire and what matters most to our hearts. Spin yourselves round and we're going to come into a tabletop position. And from here, we're going to take a few rounds of cat-cow. Now for tabletop, hands need to be directly beneath shoulders, knees directly beneath hips. And as you inhale, you drop the belly towards the mat and extend the chin and the chest to the front of the mat, pressing firmly into the palms of the hands and the tops of the feet and extending the sit bones to the sky. Exhale, press into the hands and the top of the feet and arch and round the back as you take the chin to the chest. Inhale, extend. Exhale, arch and round. Inhale, extend. Exhale, arch and round. Inhale, extend. And this time when you exhale and arch and round, bring the bottom back towards the heels and bring the head to the earth as you extend the hands up the mat and come into child's pose. Now here in child's pose, I would like you to repeat the affirmation to yourself. I am truly and deeply proud of myself. I am truly and deeply proud of myself. Reconnect with the breath and give yourself an opportunity to call to mind one thing of which you are really and truly proud, and notice what that does to you. Notice what it does to your energy and how it makes you feel. On your next inhale, come forwards and come back up into tabletop position, and we're going to move on into sunbird. So again, make sure the hands are directly beneath the shoulders, knees above the hips. Draw the navel into the spine, extend through the spine by looking down at the mat and extending through the crown of the head. Now take your right leg back behind you. You can leave the toes on the mat if you wish, or lift the heel so that it's in line with the hip. But make sure that right hip doesn't try and hoik open. Keep the hips nice and square. Drawing the navel in, looking down at the mat and reaching through the crown of the head. Now you can stay here, or you may extend your left arm up the mat ahead of you, reaching out. Soften that left shoulder away from the ear. Reach out through the fingertips, reach out through the heel and try and grow as long through the spine as you can. Inhale and take one more breath here, reaching out a little bit further. And then exhale, release the left hand down. And as you continue the exhalation, draw the right knee all the way into the nose. And then plant that right foot down between the hands. Coming into Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Work the right hip back into its socket and the left hip forward so they're nice and square. When you're happy that you've got a confident base in your legs, inhale your arms up above your head, softening down through the shoulders and lifting out through the waist. Taking a breath or two here, and then we're going to repeat that same movement that we did with the arms in the seated position. So inhale, lift up through the waist, and exhale, open the arms like a cactus as you squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale, lifting, exhale, opening. Inhale, lifting, exhale, opening. One last time, inhale, lift, and exhale, open. Now inhale, bring the hands forwards and frame that front foot with your hands, and then sit back towards your heels as you straighten that front leg. Now flex the foot, lengthen through the spine and out the crown of the head again, and try and get as much stretch in the hamstring and lengthen the spine as you can. It's perfectly okay if your knee is bent as much as you wish to, or if you wish to sit all the way back down on that left heel, you can. I actually find I get more of a stretch if I'm lifted up, but you adjust and see what feels most enjoyable to you in your body. One last breath here, and then inhale, roll back forwards onto that right foot, plant the hands again, lift the right knee into the chest, and then exhale and extend it out behind you and lower the knee down to the mat. Let's do the same on the other side. Extend the left leg along the mat, keeping the toes on the mat or lifting the heel so it's in line with the hip. Draw the navel back into the body, soften the shoulders away from the ears, and if you wish, inhale and extend that right arm along the left of the mat. Press down firmly into the left hand and the top of the right foot. Try and get as much length between the fingertips and the hands and the toes as you can manage. Gazing down at the mat, lengthening through the neck, using all four corners of the body to activate the energy. Last breath here, inhale and extend out a little further, and then exhale, release the right hand down to the mat. Draw the left knee into the body, try and touch the nose to the knee, and then place the left foot down between the hands. Low lunge on the other side, again working the right hip forwards a little, left hip back into its socket, and then inhale the arms up above the head, soften the shoulders down, lift the heart. From here, we're going to inhale, lift through the fingertips and through the waist, and then exhale, tuck the elbows back towards one another, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale, lift. Exhale, open. Inhale, lift. Exhale, open and squeeze. Final time, inhale, lift. Exhale, open and squeeze. And then inhale, bring the arms forward, return the hands to the mat. Frame that front foot with the hands, and then sit back towards the heels, straightening the left leg. Remember, it doesn't have to go completely straight at all. Just try and get as much length in the leg and lengthen the spine all the way through to the top of the head as you can manage. Again, if you want the knee bent, you can. If you want to sit all the way back, it's your choice. Whatever feels the most nourishing and opening to you in your body. Last breath here, roll over onto that heel, plant that front foot. Draw the knee back up towards the nose, and then take the left leg out behind you and lower the left knee down to the ground. Widen the knees slightly and then sit back into child's pose again. Bring the head to the mat and repeat the phrase to yourself, "My priorities are crystal clear to me." My priorities are crystal clear to me. 3 more breaths here. Deep inhalations through the nose. Long, slow, gentle exhalations. On your next inhale, lift the gaze, look towards the top of the mat, come back into tabletop position, bring the hands beneath the shoulders, knees beneath the hips, tuck the toes underneath you. We're going to extend that right leg back behind you, again, making sure that the hips are nice and square, pushing away through the heel and extending through the crown. Draw the navel back towards the spine, take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, lift up into a three-legged dog. So straighten that left leg and extend the right leg out behind you. Press firmly down into both hands and work the torso back towards the thighs. Breathe. And then inhale, lift the gaze, and we're going to come forwards and step the right foot between the hands again, but this time with the back knee lifted. Get comfortable and solid in your feet, so press down firmly into the left big toe mound and the entire front right foot. When you're happy that you've got a nice firm base in your legs, inhale and lift up into a high lunge. Settling back down, working the right hip backwards, left hip forwards to keep them nice and even. And again, let's repeat that arm movement. Inhale, lift up. Exhale and open the heart. Inhale, rising forwards. Exhale and opening. Inhale, lift. Exhale, take the elbows back towards one another and squeeze. Final time. Exhale. And this time as you inhale, bring the arms forward, frame that front foot with the hands, squeeze the right knee back into the chest, and then extend the right leg back behind you, exactly the same way as it came, three-legged dog. Then lift the gaze towards the top of the mat, lower that left knee, and return to your starting position. Lower the right knee to the earth, separate the knees again, and bring your head to the mat. Taking 3 nourishing, recovering breaths here, and repeating to yourself, it is my right to dream big. It is my right to dream big. It is my right to dream big. Now on your next inhalation, lift the gaze again, and we're going to do all of that on the upper side. So come into tabletop position again, setting up the hands and knees in the correct positions, and then inhale, extend the left leg behind you as you grow long through the spine, gazing down towards the mat and extending through the crown of the head. Tuck the right toes underneath you, drawing the navel back towards the spine. Inhale. And as you exhale, push up into a three-legged dog. Push down through the entire palm of each hand and reach out through those left toes as you stretch out through the back of the right leg. One more breath here. And then inhale, lift the gaze towards the top of the mat. Step the left foot between the hands. Again, taking care to set up so that you feel steady and secure. When you do, lift the gaze forwards and then inhale, lift the arms up above the head and then sink back down into the legs. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Release and soften any tension that's crept into the face. And then let's take a few more of those arm flows. So inhale, lift up through the arms. Exhale, open the chest, working the shoulder blades and the elbows towards one another. Inhale, lift. Exhale, open and squeeze. Inhale, lift. Exhale, open and squeeze. Inhale, lift for the final time. Exhale, open and squeeze. Beautiful. And then float the hands forward. Frame that left foot with the hands. Lift the left knee into the chest before you extend it back out behind you into that three-legged dog. Then inhale and lift the gaze to the top of the mat and lower the right knee back down to the ground. Float the left knee down to join it. Separate the knees, sit the bottom back towards the heels and come into child's pose for the final time. And as you're here, breathing into the mat, feeling the full support of the earth beneath your hands, beneath your head, beneath your feet, repeats to yourself, my potential is limitless. My potential is limitless. My potential is limitless. Beautiful. Now inhale, lift the gaze, come back to tabletop position again. And this time we're going to take the bottom all the way back towards the heels, tucking the toes underneath and pushing away through the toes as we push away through each fingertip and the palms of the hands. Now lift the bottom up into the air to come into our first full downward facing dog. Now take a few breaths to arrive in down dog and take whatever movements or whatever adjustments feel good to you. Then everybody come up onto the tiptoes, bend the left knee super generously and try and straighten the right leg as much as you can, pushing down into the palms and trying to work the heel towards the earth. It's not important that it contacts the earth, but just enjoy the stretch. Now inhale, come back up onto the tiptoes, bend both knees and then straighten the left leg, work the torso back towards the thighs and really enjoy that full sensation of opening along the back body. Now inhale, come up onto the tiptoes again, lifting the sit bones really high up into the sky. Take the feet to the top of the mat. Now you can step, hop or jump or take lots of tiny little steps to take yourself all the way up with the feet joining the hands at the top of the mat. Now when you arrive at the top of the mat, bend the knees generously and allow your head to hang heavy for a moment. On your next inhale, press down firmly into the heels and the big toe mounds, and we're going to root to rise. So push down into the legs as we sweep the arms out to the side. Bring the arms up above the head and come all the way up to stand. When you arrive there, bring the toes together and the heels together, bring the palms of the hands together, and then exhale, float the palms of the hands down to the heart. Bow the head to the hands for just a moment to acknowledge that the heart is superior in intellect than the mind. And repeat to yourself again, my potential is limitless. My potential is limitless. My potential is limitless. Now release the hands down by the sides of the body. Inhale and sweep the arms out to the side, reaching out through the waist as you push down through the feet. Join the hands together and then tip over to the right hand side. Press firmly into both heels, but particularly the left, and work the left hip away from you. Allow the shoulders to relax, allow the face to relax. Inhale, bring everything back to center, and then exhale, tip over to the left. Again, pushing into both heels, but really extending the connection with the right heel and pushing the right hip away. Inhale back to center, and then exhale, float the hands down to the heart. Now we're going to do a balance, a very commonly known balance in yoga, which is tree pose. Now, tree pose can look different as trees are, then each of our tree poses will be in yoga. Now, when we're doing any balancing pose, the key to a balancing pose is to pick a drishti, which is a focal point. So pick something that you look at and hone your attention on that, and that will help enormously with the balance. Now, shift all the weight into your right foot and lift your left heel from the floor. Notice that your right heel will collapse a little bit. If you draw your hip back in, you should feel much sturdier in the support of just one leg. You can keep your hands on your hips or bring the hands to the heart, wherever feels most comfortable for you. And then we're going to begin our tree journey. Now, you can just simply open the knee to the left and keep the toe on the mat. So just open the hip. And that is tree pose. If, however, you wish to lift the foot and place the foot on the inside of the calf, you can. I didn't pick my gesture very well then, I could feel myself wobbling. And if you wish to take your heel to the inside of the thigh, you can. Now, the point of balancing poses in yoga is to be kind to yourself. Watch the self-chatter. It doesn't matter if you wobble, it doesn't matter if you fall out. Every time we try, we succeed. Every time we fall, we learn. So if you do have your heel on the inside of your thigh, press the inner thigh and the sole of the foot together to create a little bit of traction, which will help with your balance. Once you're confident in your trunk, you can take your leaves, your branches, your tree to whatever version that you wish. You can be static, or you can allow your branches to flow with your breath if you wish. Wherever you are, don't clench the standing foot. Draw the navel back towards the spine and keep the shoulders soft, and keep your mind soft. Watch yourself talk and make sure that you're only talking to yourself with praise and love, and that you're applauding each and every one of your efforts. Last 2 breaths here. Then lift the knee in front of you and float the left heel down to the earth. If you want to shake out the right foot and the wrists at all, you can. And then let's do the same on the other side. So come to stand with both feet together, and then shift the weight into the left foot. Make sure that the left leg becomes as stable as it was when it was standing with the right. And then when you're happy that you're steady in your left leg, begin your journey on the right hand side. So do you bring the foot to the shin, or do you bring the foot to the inside of the thigh? The journey may not be the same on both sides, and whatever version of the journey you choose to travel, it will all have the same value. Be patient, be kind, be willing to try over and over again. These are the skills that we're learning in yoga, not the ability to stand on one leg, because that's a fairly pointless skill. Few more breaths here, taking care not to clench the standing foot. Draw your navel in to support you, soften your shoulders to support you. On your next inhale, raise the right knee in front of you, and then float the foot back down to the earth. We're going to come back down to the ground, get down to the earth however you wish, and we're going to finish this practice in the same place that we started, which is Sukhasana, easy pose. We're going to inhale the arms up and lift and lengthen out of the spine for one last time, and then as we exhale, tilt forwards and bring the hands to the earth. Now we're not straining here, we're just giving ourselves an opportunity to fold in and listen inwards and receive any last messages that we need to receive from our body or our soul. You can have the palms on the earth to ground, or up to receive. It's entirely up to you, but allow yourself to soften in and take whatever adjustments you feel called to take. Repeat to yourself one more time, my potential is limitless. On your next inhale, reach the arm forwards before you bring them back up above the head, and then sweep them down by the side. Take them behind you just enough so that you can shift back, bring your legs out and swap them over, and we'll do the same again with the legs crossed in the opposite direction. So inhale the arms up. Exhale, come forwards and bring the hands to the earth. Allow the head to hang heavy, adjusting the palms wherever you wish. You can have one up and one down if you like. Just do whatever organically comes up for you and don't question it. Final words for the day are: I dedicate my time to what matters most to me.
I dedicate my time to what matters most to me. Last 2 breaths here. Inhaling, lifting the head slowly, bringing the hands back towards the legs, sitting up nice and tall, lifting the corners of the mouth into a smile. Then let's drop the fingertips to the earth and take one final breath together. Inhale the arms up above the head. Exhale and bring the hands down to the heart. Lift the heart to the thumbs and massage the thumbs gently but firmly against your heart space. The love, light and unlimited potential within me honours, loves and respects the love, light and unlimited potential in each of you. Namaste.